Yeah. Okay.
See it.
It's like you're washing dishes over there.
What you eating, huh?
Okay. You should be able to see her sheet in your journal now, Jake.
Oh, you're gonna learn all my secrets. I'm secretly the big bad guy.
Oh, yeah. I knew it. Don't get in her book.
Hey,
I'll put the magic items in there too, so just in case they come up. Okay. Yeah, he said he'd make it today. I texted him last night, or I sent him a message.
Jesus Christ, he does not stop.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured there'd be a little bit of delay.
Digimon.
You guys remember what happened last week?
We solved a couple of the riddles from the painted glass things.
Yeah, there's stained glass. There's the riddle implied 6 of them, and you guys went through 4. So that means there's 2 remaining.
How many were there?
The riddle said that there were 6 windows.
Oh, we got
4
two
of them. And
I got
each had to
2.
do with an ability score. I know we
Yeah.
had Constitution left, and we had one other one. I don't remember which other one we had left.
Ooh, I got high constitution.
Oh,
Pretty sure I had decent Constitution too, but I don't totally remember.
you did the Raging River, the Dreaming Thief, the Cunning Farmhand, and the Prisoner's Interrogation were the 4 that you guys completed.
He did the prisoner's interrogation.
Yeah.
And then Colorg must have did the other one. I did the thief and I think the farmer's hand or whatever.
Yep. The Cunning Farmhand. And no message from Cole. Or no word from him. Well, if he pops in, then we'll just have him just pop into existence. Otherwise, we'll just kind of hang out in the background.
Like we're in the X-Men game.
Yep. Okay. So the last thing that we left off on is you guys had just escaped the room that had the undead hands that were crawling out of the sand and the walls and whatnot. You guys made it through the door, and we left off there. So you guys are in the crystal room. What would you like to do?
Oof. We got 2 more left.
Mhm. The room to the right is the spider room that's been pretty much cleared out. Everything's either sand or cinders in there.
So is it time to go this way?
You want to open the door? Oh, one more thing before we start. Lino, by my count, you have 4 magic items that you need attunement for. You can only have 3 active at any time, so you'll have to pick one to leave out. You can switch them at any short rest, but you can only have 3 going at any time.
Okay.
So, like, you have your sickle, you have the sharpener, the nail file, the boots, and the mysterious disc. You guys can also take a short rest because I know Coolorg's in bad shape if you want to.
I mean, a long rest would be even better.
It's up to you guys. The last we covered, you guys have, I believe, 3 rations apiece, and then Emily would have 4. Ember would have 4 left.
I have 5. It says here.
Yeah, 5. Okay, maybe we went. Okay, if that's what you wrote down. That was like 3 weeks ago, so I don't know if I can remember it. So whatever you guys have, Ember has 1 more because you guys took 1 more long rest than she did. Jake, are you there? Okay, I wasn't sure if you got up and left. Okay, so what would you guys like to do? Do you have any hit die, Jake? Oh, okay. You guys want to take a vote on it? Taking a long rest or a short rest or moving on?
You guys want me to open this door?
We don't want that.
Give me a D8. Three. Okay.
Any of you guys make attack with claws?
Nope.
Anybody want to hold on to this crimson file?
Oh, you can hold on to the item. You just
Oh,
you don't have to. You just have to have only 3 of them being attuned to at a time. So only 3 of them are active. You can switch them out at any long rest or any short rest. So you open the door, and the room looks very similar to the other rooms that you guys have been in so far. The one difference is you see a withered, hollowed out like stump in the center of the room.
I relay that to the party. Is it like a creepy looking stump? Like it doesn't.
Yeah.
Can I see if there's anything inside?
Make perception check.
Show me your perception. Why is it only to the GM?
Did you
It says
switch on your sheet?
it says public.
Yeah, the ones I send to you, I can have them do either or. Have it whisper or not. Oh, okay. So you got a 19. You don't. You look at focus in on the log. You don't really see anything inside from where you're standing. But your ears kind of pick up the sound of whispering. It sounds like you barely make it out. They're speaking in common. They didn't see me. They didn't see me. Just stay calm.
Kolog. Come closer. Closer. Closer.
That's what I thought.
I said people. I said I think we cannot go in there to take a short rest. And he winks and then points to the stump.
Oh Lord, make an insight check just to see if you pick up on that. Yeah. You get the impression that there's something about the log. There's he's inferring to.
Nope, it's pretty crowded. I'm pretty sure it'd be crowded.
Prologue, I dare you to go jump in the log.
Never mind, my help. You guys want me to punch it? I don't think. Yeah. They didn't see us. They didn't see us. Yeah. Do you have any ranged attacks? No. Wait, Kolorg. I hear something. I hear take off your left boot. What? That makes no sense. But these are riddles. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. I'm just gonna look at.
Oh my gosh, you guys just need to make a decision. I cast invisibility on myself when I walk in. You knows how to cast spells.
Okay.
Should I punch it?
Whap Kolor in the back of the head as I walk past him.
Ember, make a stealth check to make sure you're walking stealthily.
Now, I have my dice out here since I can't get on the computer. Do you want me to just roll, or do you want Jacob to roll for me?
You can roll. That's fine. We'll add your modifier.
I don't know what my modifier is for stealth, though.
Jake, you have her sheet up? Or I can put it up if you don't.
I rolled a 19, if that matters.
Okay, yeah. You're pretty stealthy.
I go just peek my head over the stump. Is it really short enough that I can do that?
So you're walking through the room, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You peek over the stump, and you see a hooded creature kind of ducked into the stump. He doesn't seem to notice that you've entered the room.
Looking around the room, is there any sigils in here?
All three doors have them.
Or sorry, the stained glass.
No, you don't see any stained glass in here.
Oh, that's annoying. I'm gonna poke my head back in there. I'm gonna go boo, and then I'm gonna run out of the room.
You're trying to scare it?
Yeah.
The creature. Okay. Yeah, he just you see him jump up out of the stump real quick and kind of trip over himself and land into the sand and just kind of like screaming the whole way. Who was that?
Walking out of the room, and I'm gonna. There's no stained glass in there. Let's move on.
Can I walk into?
Yeah, good.
Oh, log, you're not
Um,
supposed to be in here.
he watches all of you enter, and he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a flute and
Can I punch it with the Radiant Sunbolt?
make an attack.
Oh,
Yep. You knock it out of his hand, and
Ooh.
so he just kind of he sees it kind of go fly off about 10 feet away, and
I want to run up and catch it.
he looks over at it, looks at you, and he just kind of tuckers down into the sand, covers his head. He just says, "Please, please, let me be." That's how I project my magic. I want it to disappear and get away.
Is the flute on the floor?
Yeah, it's up here in the sand.
I'm gonna run up and pick it up.
He sees you grab it, and he's like, "Please, please, I need that."
Can you use it to heal my friend?
Oh, sorry, I forgot to put him on the thing. There you go.
I'm also
As
gonna
he-
hold out a fist just in case he decides
Okay.
anything funny to shoot a Radiant Sunbolt.
As he stands up and looks at you, his hood's back. You can tell that he looks like an adult halfling. He's got the stature of a child, but he's you can definitely tell that he's an adult. He's you asked him if he could heal.
Yeah.
Okay. He says my specialty is more illusion magic, but I can try and help you rest a little bit. Just please, I just want to get out of here.
Yeah. Is he
make
being?
Make an insight.
I want to know if he's being genuine. Oof.
You guys can both make one.
While they're doing that, while I'm still invisible, I want to get right up next to him and then drop invisibility. Then I'm like right next to him.
Okay. Lino, as far as you can tell, he's telling the truth. Coolorg, you can tell that he's very panicked, and he seems pretty genuine that he's very scared, and he just wants to get away. I've seen what you've done. I've went and cleaned up after you in the fruit room.
I can say that I was not there for that.
Amber, you pop in behind him.
As I say that, yes.
Okay. Yes. I saw that you weren't, but I wasn't exactly following you. We just happened to cross paths from time to time. I usually go there to collect food. I'm quite short on supplies. I've been here quite some time. I've probably lost count. Maybe after a year.
You've been here for a year?
Quite a bit longer, but it's hard to tell. There is no really any day-night cycle here. That was here when I got here.
Have you found anything since you've been in here? Because we sure have.
I picked up little bits and scraps. Ember, when you peeked into the stump, you did see kind of random junk in there. Nothing really caught your eye. Just little bits of, a little bit of leather armor, a little bit of this and that, whatever. It all looked, to arcane sight, everything looked mundane. But yeah,
Are you alone?
yes, I've been here on my own for some time. I've tried to approach others, but it never seems to end well. This place seems to have a bad effect on people. That's why I really don't want to be here right now, if you understand.
How many others have you come across?
Uh, Only a few that I've spent more than a few hours with, but most of them were already driven mad by the time I met them. So I tend to stay away from strangers.
Well, as you can see with us, we agree on strength and numbers. If you can add something to us, we'll, let's see how far we can get.
I'll help you how I can, but I really prefer to go it alone because you've seen what this place is like. You've been here long enough. Um, Within the stump, you guys can find anything that's any of the mundane adventurers items, weapons that are 25 gold or less, armor that's 50 gold or less. He's got a little bit of everything that he's been picking up all around the place from things that people have dropped when they passed.
Does he have any of those like journal entries or anything?
Do you show him the journal entry that Phineas gave you? Like as an example?
What?
Phineas, when you guys met Phineas, he gave you a journal entry.
I'll be right back and pull out one of the other journal entries, and I'll kind of show it to him. Have you seen any other papers like this or writing like this?
From the beginning, the ones that you saw in the center of the maze. Okay. Okay. He looks at him and says, "Oh, I've seen him. The man that wrote this. He stayed typically around the center of the maze. He passed. If I had to guess, maybe 5-6 months ago, I think." Glowing skull. No, I've seen plenty of skulls, but none that are glowing.
Any painted glass windows?
I've seen a few of them around here.
Can you help us find 2 more? We'll keep you safe.
There may be one to the south, I think. This place, it's quite confusing at times. It does seem to change. I've tried to keep track, and I've not been able to keep a steady map of where I'm at. I just kind of wander in a direction, and I usually end up where I'm trying to go. They can't see what they or they can't kill what they can't see.
So are you just go invisible and run away?
It's works this far.
Okay.
Yeah, we should try that more often.
Another technique that I found that for rooms that don't typically have like a big scary monster in them, I've tried throwing a random item into the room to see if it triggers any of the mechanisms, and that's typically if it doesn't, if nothing happens, and the room tends to be safe.
Wait a minute. You said you've been watching us?
I've bumped into you a couple times. I've not made my presence known, but I haven't really been keeping track of you.
Lionel's gonna scratch the back of his head and then look at the party and then look at him, and he's gonna go, "Was that you that was on my watch that came through and did absolutely nothing?"
As I said, I've bumped into you a few times. So I tended to keep quiet. And I didn't know if you were dangerous or not.
Oh,
You guys, there were others to your party. Have they met their fate here? There was a large lizard.
you guys ate a party member who was a lizard?
Are you being serious, Colorg? Like, are you saying that with a straight face? Because, yeah, he has a horrified look across his face at this point, and he starts. Okay.
I'll give him back his flute.
He's still uneasy. What do you say? What you say?
I give him back his flute.
He
No.
takes it.
I mean, he's passed this before, and he's had plenty of opportunities. He could have snuck up on me and killed us all. I mean, next time, come say hi, or say, "Hey, you want a sandwich or a beer?" We're new here. Yeah, teacher.
Well, like I said, I'm quite short on supplies, and I've only been able to eat what I've been able to scrounge up around the different rooms. And if you guys had anything that that's not from this place, I would be very grateful. No bottles, or it's mostly, like I said, more mundane equipment. I might be able to help you out, give you something in return. I quite need that.
Do you have any more of these? And I hold out a greater healing potion.
Where did you find such a thing?
I don't know. It was in my inventory. I forgot where we got that from.
The spinning ring puzzle, the skeleton that dropped from the ceiling.
Well, yeah, the spinning ring puzzle where the skeleton dropped the thing. All these rooms look alike.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah, I don't have much in the way of healing, but I can definitely make your rest better. And are there spellcasters among you?
I am a very accomplished wizard.
Make a deception check. he he looks at you and is like, yes, I can tell that. He looks over at Ember with her book strapped to her side. Perhaps I can offer something to you, or for you. And
I hate this guy.
he takes his flute out and he blows a few notes into it, and he points at the door that you guys entered as since closed. The door from where you guys are standing, it opens again on its own. Yeah. So the door is closed since you guys have entered. Time has passed, and then the door opens without anyone touching it.
I will investigate.
Okay.
Be careful.
So how did you do that? Because we've tried to use magic to open the doors without physically touching them, and it hasn't worked.
It's a little trick that I've learned. using a little bit of magic, I've been able to kind of short circuit the trigger of the door. It seems to work on a lot of things, and it's basically a cantrip he can teach you. Are you interested?
Absolutely. It'd be nice to be able to open these doors without having to be right up on whatever is bad, ugly things on the other side.
Okay. What would you have to offer?
Don't know.
Well, he was asking for food. If you anything that wasn't grown or anything that wasn't from this place, he hasn't had outside food in a long time.
I have this bag of oats.
With a bag of oats.
Rations.
Oh, rations. Yeah, if you want to offer him rations,
Don't worry, Ember. I'll cover this one. I give him one small bag of oats.
the one ration. He looks at it and you can tell he's intrigued but he doesn't quite take it. He kind of looks and is that all?
Polorg
Ow.
narrows his eye.
I'll give him a torch.
How much would you like?
I'll give him 2 torches.
Give him all the torches.
He's quite set on torches.
I will take
You can
Every
never have
adventurer's
enough
back.
torches.
Every adventurer's pack has like 10 torches in it. He's got quite a few of them.
What's your name, by the way?
Yeah, sorry, we're being rude.
My name is Lori Mosshrine.
Hmm.
I'm Lionel.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Ember?
Greetings.
So Lori,
I'm gonna play Cole's character here for a second. He seemed, based on experience, he kind of just acts, right? You know, he gets fed up with boring stuff and just acts. Sound about right?
up to you.
Okay. He's gonna go over and start praying to his god, how the way he casts the spells, and a large pile of food is going to fall in front of him, in front of Lori,
Hmm.
and Lori's eyes are just going to go wide, and he's like, "Yes, yes, yes, that's plenty."
It all tastes like shit, by the way.
He just
Fake
starts
food.
digging into it. It's tastes wonderful to him,
Hmm.
and
What was his name again? I'm sorry.
Lori Mosshrine.
Oh, I thought you said Larry.
No.
That's what I wrote down.
If you want to learn the cantrip from him, it will probably take a long rest.
Say a long rest?
Yeah, like he'll have to teach it to you.
Okay.
So if you guys want to set up for a long rest here,
I'm down.
I suppose. Laura, you said you saw some of those windows, correct?
I've seen them. They're more like window frames.
Shut up. So
He's never seen them lit up before. They lit up when you guys.
no, he said shut up to him because he's not asking about specifics.
Okay.
Can you point a direction on when you saw the last one? Said south.
Yeah, I believe it was to the south here.
What do you guys think? Do we sleep with Lori?
I mean, I'll be up the whole rest. If you guys just need sleep.
It won't be it's light work. That's what I'm saying. Like it's as you're taking your long rest. It's not going to cost you your long rest.
I'm willing.
Oh, fine by me, I suppose. I'm going to pull my sword off my back, jab it in the sand. Pillar, and immediately fucking pass out because I'm hurt.
Before you guys before he sets up to teach you how to do this, you see him walk around the room, and he starts setting up things around the doors, little bits of cord and string and basically alarms. He's setting up alarms on all the doors to make a noise if anything triggers them. He's got like a whole routine that he does every time that he settles in to rest. That's how he's stayed alive. So, anyone else standing guard? Because they're not going to be. Ember and Lori won't be awake the whole time. They'll probably like half of it will be them learning how to do it, and the half of it will be them sleeping.
I mean, I'll be awake for the first half. I won't be being able to do like a great like watch or anything, but I'm sure if the door opens, I'll hear it.
Yeah. So, at least 2 other watches, unless you guys just want to let him go. I mean, Lori seems to he's been around for a long time here. He seems to know how to get by on his own. So, if you think that it's safe, you can just let it go.
Kohler will take the last watch after he's gotten his rest.
Okay.
I'll take a watch if there's a watch that needs to be taken.
Okay. So, Ember and Lori. Lori takes out a couple of little trinkets, like very minor magical items, a music box and things like that, and kind of sets them up in a row on the stump. And he takes out his flute and plays a few notes and points in one direction. And the music box, without anyone touching it, just starts playing music. And he kind of shows you how to kind of shape the magic into it basically overwhelms the triggering mechanism and think of it like short circuiting a switch. And so the magic item, as far as it's concerned, someone activated it. And so you can try make an Arcana check. So roll, and then we'll tell you what your modifier is.
Sorry, what am I rolling?
Arcana.
I don't know if I have any of that. A 3.
You got a -1 on it, so that's a 2.
So 2.
He looks a little frustrated, a little trying to figure out how to word stuff in very, very basic terms for you, since
I've only had one other teacher, and he taught he had a very different teaching style.
So you're not like classically trained in magic. You know, you learn more from experience. And so he tries to he does the whole thing with the flute again, but instead of pointing at it, he kind of holds the magic and sort of passes it to you so you can kind of get a feel for it, like what it feels like in your hand. And then you fire it from your hand, and it hits the music box, and the music starts playing. And so learning more from experience, you're able to master the spell, the cantrip. So I put it into your spell book.
Okay.
But since that's your 8th cantrip,
Yep.
are you showing it to her, Jake?
On the screen.
Okay. So, Lionel, make a perception check. They've done what they wanted to do, and so you're waking up to keep an eye on things.
Can I have the other one?
Other what?
Why is it still saying to the GM?
Are you clicking on your spellbook?
No, I'm clicking on my character sheet.
Okay. Let me see. You might have
Am I supposed to click on somewhere else?
up at the top of your character sheet is the thing that usually says like to public or to GM.
Yeah, it says to public. Am I supposed to put? Oh yeah, wait. Oh, that's you changing it.
I switched it back. Try again, just to see if it does the same thing.
Yep.
Huh. I'll have to look into that. I mean, it works for now though.
Let's do it this way. Yeah, I figured.
Let me try one more thing real quick.
Really?
There is... Okay, try one more time.
Rolling perception. Yeah. There.
Okay, I'll have to look into it. It's something got messed up somewhere.
Can we average out these numbers?
Huh?
So can we just take the average of these numbers?
First one was a 3. So yeah, you're sitting there and you're trying to keep an eye on the doors, but you kind of caught the tail end of what they were doing, and Lori left the little magical trinkets sitting on the tree stump, and so while you're on watch, you're kind of trying to imitate what they were doing, trying to do it yourself, and you can't, it just doesn't work with key. You end up just kind of doing one of your radiant blasts and knocking the music box off the stump. But you're not really paying too close attention to what else is going on in the room. But nothing really catches your attention. Kolorg, make a perception check. Okay. Yep, you wander around the room a bit, kind of looking at what Lori did to the doors, the little mechanisms he set up to try and give you guys a little bit of a warning. Yeah, it did it too. I think it might be the API. The way I have the API set up, it goes in and it makes a macro for every time you do a check, and so it might be overriding what the sheet does. I'll have to go in and double check and see if that's what did it. But yeah, his whispered to me too. So I think the ones that you guys have done before, it's overriding it. I'll have to go in and undo that. Anyways, yeah, you wander around the room. None of the doors open. The pillars stay the same. Are you keeping an eye on Lori? He's sleeping in the stump.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you keep an eye on him, just not quite trusting him yet. He just kind of sleeps through your whole watch. You don't notice anything.
Okay.
Okay. Yep, you guys wake up. Yeah, everyone gets all the benefits of your long rest. You still don't have your maximum HP, like whatever your maximum was before, or before you took your long rest. It only goes up that high.
Oh, but I want my point.
So, Lino, did you decide on what item you're not using?
Yeah, the file.
Okay. Kember, you have the cantrip, like the methodology, how you do it. You write it. You have it written down in your tome, so you can use it whenever you like as a cantrip.
Perfect.
And any kind of magic item that uses an action to activate, as long as it's within range and not being held by someone, you can use it, like from a distance. Kind of like a mage hand, but only for that one specific purpose. Okay. So what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna go out into the other room and check and see if those two windows are still dark.
Yep. They're just as they were before you guys took the rest.
Are we good?
Yep. Should we go south then? See if this guy's lying or not.
I doubt he's
Might as well.
lying.
I mean, Lori's still sleeping.
Should
Hate
we tell
to
him?
wake him up.
Okay. Roll a d8 for me.
Sure, we shouldn't wake him up. I mean, he did do the long rest thing for us.
Another 3. Going down the list. Hey. Okay. Uh, Looking into the next chamber, you see a long, narrow object protruding from the sand at an angle. The polished metal item appears similar in design to the brass fixtures that line the walls in some of the previous rooms that you guys were in. So it seems out of place in the room that it's in. Directly below it, a collection of various bones and skulls litter the ground.
Very first thing I'm gonna do is lift up my eye patch and see if there's any spells or magical items in the room.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that there is the item in the middle of the room appears to be magical.
I'm gonna put my arm on Kolor and say, "Hold on, let's not have a repeat. Let's not have a repeat of what happened last time."
I've ever told you the definition of insanity.
No.
Coolorg,
What?
standing next to you, completely visible, Phineas stares towards the center of the room.
What's that, Phineas? You know what that is?
He looks over at you, and he kind of looks down at himself, and he says, "Oh yes, sorry, my mind was somewhere else for a moment."
Nothing scare you, Phineas. You look a little flustered at the moment.
No. I don't see any of your window frames in that next room. It's probably time to move along, yes?
Insight check.
Make an insight check. he seems like he's just wanting to move along. He's,
Nope, you know me. I'm a rebel. I'm gonna walk in.
wait, just a moment. Master
Already
Color.
going in. Nope, see you later.
I think that I would like you to go retrieve that piece of debris for me. It would make a nice trophy for my collection.
Why would I do anything you want me to do, ever?
Okay, fine. I'm going to order you to go pick up that chunk of scrap metal. Come on, chop chop.
Why would I take orders from you, ever?
Oh, good. I mean, like I said, it'd be a nice little trophy for our little adventure here. I'd like to keep a keepsake. So yeah, go get it. Go on.
I know out of character what you're doing. Cole's gonna turn and look at him and go, so you want me to get that thing, do you?
Yes. Hurry up. We got places to be.
But you want it for yourself, I see.
I mean, it's just a piece of scrap metal.
But you want it for your collection.
I have a lot of things that are worthless to others that I just like to keep as a keepsake. Like the item that I gave Lino there, that had no value.
You gave Lino something?
I mean, he did use it in front of you guys.
I thought that was just a random disc he found on the ground. Oh, fuck you. I'm gonna walk up and grab it.
It's a Digivice.
As you're walking towards it, you hear him just kind of let out a defeated sigh and say, well, this is an unfortunate turn of events. I would suggest being extremely careful with an item containing that much power. But we're both very well of your history with such advice.
It's like I always say, if I die, you're just gonna hightail me somewhere else anyway, you fucking narc.
Ember, as they're carrying on this conversation, you're kind of looking it over, and the object seems to be radiating the same kind of strange magic you've observed since you got here, similar to the doors and the pillars. You kind of hear a whisper in your ear, "Careful, little one."
I'm gonna spit in both of my hands. Rub them together.
Okay.
Can I enter the room as he does that?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna stay out of the room, but I'm still gonna watch.
Okay.
Are you saying all the way back? Or are you getting?
I'll get closer to the door.
Okay. Lino, as you enter the room, you kind of peek over the skeletal remains, and they all appear pretty unmarred by any noticeable signs of injury. You want to kind of look them over a little closer?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Make a medicine or survival check, whichever one's better for you.
Survival.
Okay.
Is it just perception, or did it work now?
Oh, it worked. Like I said, I think it was the API that I was using where I was having you guys throw me rolls. I think it overwrote something in your character sheet. I'll have to go and check. I'll have to look into it after the session. So yeah, the way that the bones are splintered, or the bones splinter in your hand, and their like general brittleness seems to point towards malnutrition or even starvation. Though whether by natural means or some type of toxic or magical effect, you can't really be sure. Okay. Oh, Kolork, you grab the item. You grab the object and draw it from the sand. Its surprising weight makes more sense to you as a large curved blade becomes revealed. So it's a scythe.
Oh, I'm the Grim Reaper, everyone.
All right, just
I knew you guys getting all the magic items. I would get the coolest one. I knew it'd be worth it if I just waited. I was just have to be patient.
Now it's in your hand. You don't see any picture frames on the walls.
Wait, so did he lie?
Who?
Mr. Sleepyhead over here. Come on, Colo, let's go.
Okay, I'll carry this in with me. But give a sly look over to a douchebag. Hey, Amber, can you look at this thing and tell me how cool it is?
Hold on a second.
I can if you just give me a couple minutes. And I'll start setting up Identify.
Ember, as Kolor crosses the door, he disappears. Kolor, you see them
Kolor?
up. You see them back in the center of the room. You grab the object and draw it from the sand. Its surprising weight makes more sense as the large curved blade becomes revealed.
Oh Lord!
So I think, you know, it always pays to wait, right? Whatever I said before, I'll say it exactly the same thing. Then I'm gonna start walking towards the door.
Can I go out with him?
Hey, Ember, can you show me what this thing does?
You grab the item and draw it from the sand. Its surprising weight makes more sense as a large curved blade becomes revealed.
Kolor!
Am I aware of this, or is this something Ember is witnessing?
Ember witnesses it. You guys are aware of it. Both you and Lino reset back to where you were.
All right, Colo, let's go.
Yep, let's leave. Try to walk out. Whoop.
Yep. Make a Constitution save. Both of you. Okay. You start to feel kind of off. You feel a little bit weaker. Not quite. It hasn't really. It's kind of like you've gone a long time without sleep, but it's not quite enough to have any negative side effects on you.
I'm gonna look around at the bones.
Yeah, you notice about the same thing that I told Lino. The bones don't really have any injury on them. They very easily splinter and are quite brittle. It looks like malnutrition.
Amber! Amber! I think she's sleeping.
Hello?
Amber,
Yes?
come here.
No.
Please?
I see what it's doing to you guys. I'm not doing that.
I have a better idea. Stay out of the doorway. I'm gonna shoot a fireball.
How is that a good idea?
Stand back.
Because I want to know if time affects whatever. I want to see if it
Endless
affects.
loop of fireball.
Oh, we won't. Just you'll see.
I'm going to take a step to the left.
You're going to create an endless loop of fireball.
I'll just try to throw it over here.
Okay.
Oh, in the door.
One of your radiant blasts?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it makes it through. It's the sand.
Hey,
Right.
Colin, how heavy was that thing?
It was very, very, in the middle. I mean, I'm pretty strong, so it's hard to tell if it's as light as a feather or as heavy as a carriage.
You grab the object and draw it from the
And
sand.
try and lift it with Mage Hand.
Its surprising weight makes more sense as the large curved blade becomes revealed.
Does that mean I'm back over here?
Yep.
Color, you need to put that back.
I want it.
We're gonna end up like these bones.
Well, if you keep walking out the door, we will.
Did you try to walk out the door?
Lionel just did.
Did I just now? No, I only did the fist thing.
Yeah,
I
he did the fireball, and nothing happened when the fireball went through.
How about you?
Lionel, you try and walk out the door.
I'll do it if you put that down.
I put it down at my
No, put it back the way you found it.
I put it back the way I found it, but my hand is still on the hilt of it.
Let it go.
Let
Just-
go of it except for one pinky.
Let go of it, and I'll walk through the door, and then you can have it.
Ugh.
Okay. You walking through the door?
All right, walk through the door.
Yep. Okay. Walk through the door.
Okay.
Mm,
Colord,
what?
I'm gonna throw something at you. I need you to catch it.
Okay.
I grab my hempen rope.
Is it one of your fire bolts? Because I don't think I can catch those.
I look at Amber as he says that. Should I?
Yes.
I toss one end of of the hempen rope that I have.
Can I try and drag it out with rope?
How many feet of rope do you have? 60 feet or 50 feet?
I only have one hempen rope. I don't know how long it is. It's the one that comes in the pack.
It's
I think
50.
it's 50. Yeah.
I'd say it probably can. You could probably only throw like a plain rope by itself. You could probably only throw it about 20 feet or so. Like you probably need some weight or something on it.
I can cast Mage Hand and just drag it over to him.
Yeah, that'll work. Okay. So are you guys doing that then?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, I will take the rope and I will tie it to the scythe.
Okay.
Alright, pull it, I'll follow you in, but don't you dare take it. And don't let him take it either, he's a piece of shit.
All right.
You talking to?
Oh, he's
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah, he is.
I need to get his boot though.
Want me to help you?
You guys are pulling, and about 10 feet away from the door, the rope snaps. Colord, you grab the object and draw it from the sand. Its surprising weight makes more sense as a large curved blade becomes revealed.
Oh shit, come on! Your rope trick didn't work.
Your rope's now 10 feet shorter.
I'm going to leave the scythe in the sand and attempt to walk out.
As you cross the doorway, you grab the object and draw it from the sand.
Oh shit.
Well,
I think he's got to put it back where he found it.
I did put it back where I found it.
Colord, you need to make a Constitution saving throw. Okay. Yeah, you kind of feel weak, but it's not quite taking the effect on you yet.
I'm gonna walk up but not go through the door so I don't teleport back again.
Okay.
And I'm going to look at Ember and say, Ember, did you see how Lionel was able to easily just leave, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could you come in here and look at this scythe to find out why I'm eternally cursed?
No, this is fun. I want to watch you do this a little bit more first.
Nope, I'm just gonna sit in here and pout, I guess.
Okay, bye.
Have fun storming the castle.
Phineas looks over at you and says, "Enough. I have a proposition for you. And do be quick about it, as I'm not sure how much more abuse your delicate form can take.
Hey, call you delicate.
I can ensure that you are able to leave this room, but in exchange, I claim the item for myself."
Nope.
Very well. So, are you going to?
The biggest instigator.
Are you going to just stand there, or
I'm gonna look around the room.
okay?
What if we get our friend here to get it?
I can't
we can push
leave.
him in the
I
room.
can't leave. My friends don't want to help me, and I don't want him to help me. So that's my decision.
Well, you can try and use what's on hand.
The scythe?
just look around. We'll look at
That's
it,
what
look at the room.
that's what I'm saying. I'm walking around and looking at the room.
Okay. Do a perception check.
A lot of sand in here.
Yep. You don't really notice anything around the room.
Nope.
You're gonna check out the site.
I mean, I've been checking out the site.
You never asked, never said you were.
Yeah,
You just said you're holding.
I told you I lifted up my eye and I looked at it to see if it was magical, and then when I came in, I looked at it again.
I didn't hear the second one. Okay, do a investigation check on the site.
Oh. Nope, that's intimidation. Fuck you, scythe! That's more like it.
Okay. You look around and you see that it's around the neck of the scythe where the blade attaches to the staff. There's a lot of moving clockwork. You don't really notice anything off, but you kind of hear like ticking, like a clock would. You do notice that some of them aren't moving.
Can I try and move them by hand?
They're very, very tiny little like clockwork gears and springs and whatnot. But if you want to attempt to mess with them, you can try.
No, I'm not an engineer. I guess I'll just sit here and hang out with the scythe for like an hour. Something.
Okay.
I mean, or look around the room again if you want to give me a check, or you can see what they want to do.
Yeah. You reset back to pulling the scythe out of the sand. What are you guys doing?
Wait, hold on. You said I reset again?
Yep.
Like there's a time limit. It has nothing to do with me trying to leave the room. It just happens.
It happened to coincide with you leaving the room, but also after a certain amount of time, you seem to reset on its own.
Do I have to make another save?
Every 3 times. So
Well,
what do
there's no
you?
painting in there, is there? No, we didn't see one.
What was that?
I said, we didn't see a painting in there. No, I'm
No.
saying that's the party.
There's no frame in there. Ember, did you want to do anything, even from a distance?
So Phineas,
Yes.
you sent him in there. I'm sure you knew what was going to happen, and now
I knew what was going to happen. I tried to move him along, and I knew he was probably not going to want to move along. So by telling him to go in, I figured he would want to be obstinate and say no. But it almost worked. But he decided to do it anyways.
and you're fine with just standing here for an hour while he figures it out.
Like I said, if he passes, I can just take his corpse, take it home. I tried to stop him. I did my best, and I'm offering to fix the problem if he wishes to give the item up.
Well, does he have to give it to you immediately as he exits the room?
Can he
I will-
play with it for a little bit and then give it to you? And you know he just wants to play with it.
Yeah.
He won't unless he can somehow find another means that I'm unaware of. I don't believe he'll be able to leave that room with that in his arms. I'll have to go in there. I'll have to go in there and take care of it myself.
Why didn't you just do that in the first place?
I wanted to leave this room. I didn't want to mess with it at all. But he's not going to give it up to me unless he gives it up to me willingly. I'm not going to take it from him.
This is the hardest riddle.
You want to swing it around a little bit, Kolorg?
No.
Okay.
Let's see.
And Cole fell asleep.
Well, I'm gonna look around the room again, I guess.
Okay.
Can I come in the room?
Yeah, if you want to. So yeah, I'll say that Kolorg has reset at least once since you've entered, or since the last time he reset, and then you've entered the room. What are you doing?
Is he walking around? Are you walking around, or are you still by the scythe?
I'm walking around. I probably am holding the scythe.
Um,
See what it? Swing it. Maybe it opens as a chamber to an empty space.
Well, the interesting thing is that some of the gears aren't moving. I'm wondering why. I have a couple of ideas, but maybe I'll just keep playing dumb for a little while.
Can I try? Oh no, I can't. I have too many magic items. It wouldn't even work.
I wouldn't recommend touching it, friend. You'll be stuck in the time and
you, just let me clarify on the rules. You can't attune to another magic item unless you unattune from one of the ones you already have. You can still inspect things.
I would have tried to use it.
Okay. You wouldn't be attuned to it, is what I'm saying. So like you could swing it around like a scythe, but you wouldn't be able to like trigger any effects that it might have, or like you would a magic item. You have to be attuned to it.
I wouldn't touch it, Lionel. Unless you want to be stuck in an endless time loop as well.
Is there anything else, or can I tell? Can I inspect the bones again and see how long they've been in here? Or do the bones reset when he resets and they stay the same?
They don't appear any different than when you guys walked into the room. Ones that you might have picked up and inspected are where they were when he touched the staff. So, but the bones themselves, some of them appear quite ancient. Other ones appear like kind of like what you'd see like bleached in the desert. But they've all.
Oh, look, he put the spear down, right? I'm gonna grab the skull of this thing right here, and I'm gonna try to take that out instead.
The one with the horns.
Yeah, this one right here.
Okay.
I'll relay that to Colorg and Ember as well.
Okay.
Let's see if I can take this out. And then maybe we'll see if it's just the scythe.
You walk out of the room, and it vanishes from your hand, and you see it back there. Kolorg resets again, and you have to make another Constitution saving throw.
I'm sorry.
I have a thought, and it
Kolorg,
probably won't work, but I have a thought.
1 second. Kolorg, you take a point of exhaustion. It's just the constant resets are just draining on you.
I don't have exhaustion.
Okay, what was that, Ember?
So, thought, which probably follow. Tell me if it doesn't make sense, because it kind of doesn't make sense. So, Kolor was the last person to touch the scythe, and Lino, you were able to walk out. But Kolor wasn't, and he was the last one to touch it. If I use that new cantrip thingy, because it works on, like, touching the doors, on the scythe, do you think Kolor could walk out?
Ember, can't you just see what the scythe does? Maybe we can gain more information on it?
To cast Identify, I have to touch it, and I don't want to touch it.
Ooh.
Oh, I stab it in the ground and I back away from it.
Okay.
I'll get right in the doorway and cast that new cantrip.
Okay.
I'll back up.
Nicola, try walking out now.
Um. Yeah, it's within 30 feet. Okay, so you're standing in the doorway. You cast the cantrip. You see the scythe, kind of shimmer, kind of like almost like it's underwater, kind of like just the whole thing with like putting a pencil in a glass of water and it kind of shifts.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looks like it's broken. It kind of shimmers like that, where it just breaks apart and comes back together. And for a moment, you see two sides, and then they both of them shimmer, and then there's one.
Don't know what that was, but Kolar, try to get out of the room. Unless you want to try and bring it with you now. It did something.
I'll humor you.
You grab the object and draw it from the sand.
Ah, fuck.
The fuck? Did you touch it or did you just try to leave?
I just tried to leave. I'm going to grab the scythe and swing at one of the closed doors.
Okay. Make an attack.
In what way? Just strength with proficiency?
Yeah. Okay. You swing and you hit the door, and it leaves a giant gash through the center of the door. And it cuts right through the center panel.
My eyes go wide as fuck.
Did you open a portal?
Now I'm kind of spinning. I'm like, nope, but I think I found a cheat code, and I'm going to start swinging at all the pillars in the room.
Make a attack roll.
Oh, word.
So yeah, there's no plus on the greatsword, right? That's just magical. Okay. So yeah, as you're kind of nonchalantly walking through the room, just kind of swinging the scythe around, when it hits the walls, it cuts into the stone.
I'm...
Cole's not here, and I wanted you guys to use this magic item forever, so he's going to use it just for fun. So I don't even have him on the thing. Oasis. There he is. I don't know what happened to his. Did his token get left behind? Is that what happened?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. Okay, we never moved it. Okay. So as you're kind of walking around, he's going to walk in and go to where all the skeletons are. And he's going to pull out the heart and pull some spores from it. And all the bones in the room kind of start conjoining together.
Oh, shit. That even has a name on it.
I'm just gonna grin.
And yeah, this large horned skeletal creature kind of wrapped in vines and mushrooms and like pulsing moss kind of stands up and kind of looks around the room, and Oasis just kind of claps his hands and has him start kind of dancing around a little bit.
I'm gonna look at Oasis and just go, may I?
He kind of bows and be my guest.
Can you make him aggressive first? Can you make this like real?
The skeletal creature kind of hunches down and starts dragging its foot across the ground and kind of lowers its horns towards you.
Is this like a free form thing, or do you want me to roll initiative?
Just roll to attack.
Wow, I'm rolling like shit today. Uh-oh.
You still hit it. So roll for damage.
What am I rolling for damage?
Yeah, it's same as a glaive, or 1d8. You can also actually, it doesn't need to. You can hit it
I
from
think
10.
the glaive is a D10. Glaive is a D10.
Oh, it is? Okay. Yeah, D10 then. So 9 plus your strength.
5.
So 14.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. You hit it pretty hard, and you take out a couple of its ribs. It comes back at you and just starts taking its horns at you, trying to gore you. Yeah, it kind of smacks across your chest and pushes you over to the side there. Not enough to move the space, but you take the brunt of one of the horns and take 9 piercing damage.
I'm going to hold the scythe underneath the wound where the cogs have not been moving. The blood faces.
Okay. Nothing seems to happen.
I have extra attack, so.
What?
I'm attacking.
Okay.
I'm not the first.
Okay. Yeah, both of them hit. So. So those are plus 5. So yeah, it's hurting. Took off one of its arms. One of the horns kind of got cleaved off by the scythe. It kind of roars back in rage and tries to grab on you with its other arm and make a strength or athletics or acrobatics. Yep. It tries to grab for you, and you step back, and its swing misses. It's the end of its turn. You make another swing with the scythe. Okay. With your first swing, you grab it and you accidentally hit a mechanism on it, and you kind of hear a noise as it kind of the gears kind of whir up a little bit.
Yeah.
In front of you, behind the creature, you see another version of yourself holding the scythe. You have control over both of them. It takes its turn after you.
Yeah.
Okay. So it does the same kind of motion when Ember activated the scythe. It kind of did the wavy kind of motion where it disappeared and there was 2 scythes, and then it went back to 1. So anything else you want to do with your turn?
I did.
You made an attack, but we'll say that attack failed because you accidentally gripped the wrong part. So are you making another attack?
Yeah, I rolled a 14 and a 16.
Okay. So the second one hits.
Going with the 8 for damage or the 1?
Uh, 8's fine. It's okay. Plus 5's 13. At the end of your turn, you kind of look down at you as you're holding the sight, and you see your hands kind of making the same motion. Now, go ahead and make the turn for the other Kolorg.
Is the first Golorg gone?
Yep. This Kolorg remembers being the other Kolorg a few moments ago.
At 20?
So you have a full turn.
Yeah, I attacked it twice. With.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see that. Yep. They both hit. Second one's a crit. And then, so you get
A lot of damage. Second one's going to be.
so 11 for the first one. And then the second one is going to be 24. Yep. You, creatures, you cleave the last attack. You kind of jump into the air and just take the side down the middle of it. And the bones just disperse across the room and scatter.
Kind of look down and I kind of do this grin. I'm like, oh, they're going to fucking hate this. As soon as I can get out of here. I want to look for that mechanism that
You pull the scythe from the sand. Oasis reappears at the door.
Uh-oh. Thought that was gonna do something, but I guess not.
Okay, was there more?
I mean, it resets. I'm just getting the bones back out. Oop. So, yep. There we go. So, yeah, you reset back at the same spot, pulling the side from the. You're still the damage that you took from the thing is still attached to you.
Looking for the mechanism that I push.
Okay. It's towards the closer to the bottom of the handle. Are you trying to push it again?
Yeah, I'm activating it.
Okay. Same thing happens. You see the gears start to whir up. Not all of them, just the ones that were already moving. And pick a spot within, I believe it's 10 feet.
10 feet above me.
10 feet above you? Okay.
North.
Oh, north. Um, there it is. I just want to make sure I had the text of it up. Yeah, you see another Kolog appear, and like I said, he shares the same memory as you, as though he was standing where you were a few moments ago.
Do we see the other Kolorg as well?
Yep.
Kolorg!
He's gonna
Kill
try
him.
and go through the door.
This Kolog? Okay.
Lord.
Yep. Well, the one that activated the item disappears at the end of its turn. And this Kolorg becomes the Kolorg. And you're trying to go through the door? it's gonna reset the room back to the way it was.
Nope. I'm dead, everyone. You can move on.
How do we know that you're the real Golorg and not the copy?
uh. As far as I'm concerned, there's no way for me to get out of this, and by no way I mean literally there's no conceivable, possible, or even remotely acceptable way to get out of this situation.
I mean, you could just say yeah and give it to...
No,
Yeah,
I don't acknowledge that he exists. He can carry my corpse and get it himself later. I'm not handing him anything.
Would it work
You
if I give it to you?
Room.
You guys are talking over each other. What? Go ahead, Ember.
So
He broke up.
Yeah, I didn't hear you.
sorry.
Okay. Lino then? What would you say?
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask this guy if does it have to be Golorg that brings you the scythe? Can it be one of us?
I just need the scythe.
Don't trust him.
Well,
This is the
Yeah.
person you wanted to take my left arm for fun.
I'm gonna walk in the room
Okay.
and I'm gonna get up to the scythe.
Lino,
Okay.
if you give him this scythe, I'll kill you with it.
Oh, so you're saying that you take it out of my hand and then attack me with it?
If you're telling me that you're going to give him this weapon, I'm not going to let you do it.
Well, I hope you're good at sleight of hand. Wink.
Golorg's eyes narrow.
Who are you winking at?
I'm winking at Golorg.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to take it with sleight of hand.
Okay.
I'm staring at him trying to do this. How does this work?
I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard to.
Does oh my god, what's his name? What's this guy's name?
Phineas?
Does Phineas see me grab it?
Yeah, he sees you trying to grab it. Yeah. Are you just like reaching up and grabbing it, or
Yeah.
okay? Golorg, are you letting him put a hand on the scythe, or are you going to pull it back?
I'll let him put a hand on it, but I got a firm grip.
Okay. So yeah, you have a hand on the scythe.
I go to tug at it.
Okay. Are you making a serious attempt to pull it out of his hands?
Yeah. I guess
Okay.
I got a strength check.
Yeah, contested strength, I guess.
Just regular strength?
Can I retroactively do something since I didn't realize that he was tugging it? Like as soon as he puts his hand on it, can I go into a rage?
I mean, you said you would let him put his hand on it. So
Yeah, I let him do it, but
mhm.
I mean, I did just say that if he tried to take it from me, I would kill him.
Okay.
So can we say that put me into a rage or no?
He didn't really announce that you were going into a rage when he
Yeah.
I had a lot of space in there for you to try.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So contested athletics.
Just strength. Two strengths. 8, 16. Yep. He pulls it out of your hand.
Oh no! Since I'm faster than him, I'm just gonna like I'm gonna tiptoe, but very quickly. But it looks very odd. Oh no! I hope it does not fall out of my hand.
Hey, hang on, Kolorg. Opportunity.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
So where can we put him to where, like, because you're saying things, he's saying things, it's confusing
Yeah,
as to
where-
what's actually happening right now.
Where he would leave your area of attack, your 5 feet. So
So he's
he's
there.
about,
Can I roll an insight check, or can he roll a deception check? Like, what is happening?
he's running towards the door as far as I know. And
Well, he's clearly putting on a show about it. So, like, what
Yeah,
is?
I'm like
what is
clearly
the-
like awkwardly tiptoeing out, like, oh no! I hope you know he doesn't chase me. He's kind of insinuating.
okay. So yeah,
Gotcha.
you Kolorg do an insight check. Okay. I would say that you've caught on to what he's trying to do, or at least as far as he's announced.
Definitely haven't. So what are you trying to do? You're trying to get me to chase you?
Yeah, pretty much. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna start running really fast now. In a
So
circle.
you're just running around the room.
Yeah, to try
Okay.
to get him to chase me because judging by speed, I would assume I'm faster than him.
Yeah.
Pretty.
You still have an opportunity if you want to do something, trying to grab the staff back or
I'll grab
tackle him. Okay. So make it a strength. Athletics, I think. And then he has to do athletics or acrobatics. Yep, he slips out of your hands.
Maybe you should build some momentum and try to tackle me through the door, Korlorg. That's the only way you're gonna get it.
Fuller's gonna go into a rage.
Wait, as he does that, I'm gonna roll my d6. Try to use my Digivice.
Oh boy. Go ahead.
Hold on, I'm already raging. My rage goes first.
Yeah, that's fine. I believe the
And-
4 is what you got last time.
And
I gain resistance to damage.
oh no, not yet. Lionel needs to make a Constitution.
Constitution save?
Shadowy tendrils erupt from my body within everyone within 30 feet.
Okay.
Taking 4 points of necrotic damage, and I gain 5 temporary.
Okay. Lionel, you got the staff in your hand, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You kind of have a wave of dizziness kind of comes over you, and you look down. The staff isn't there, or the scythe isn't there. Kolorg, you pull the scythe from the sand.
Since time reset, does that
Yep.
mean I get to reuse it on the item?
Your anything that happened to you specifically is stays the same. Any damage you take and all that, you still remember what happened. It's just the item reappears where it was. Kolorg's pulling it from the sand. So the damage that you've taken, the temporary hit points that he got, it's all there. You just reset back to when you first entered the room, which is where you're at.
With the damage taken?
Yep.
Oh, can I re-roll the d6? Or is it, okay, so then I'm gonna take resistance to necrotic damage. I got network firewall.
Yeah. Okay, so next 10 minutes you have that.
Okay.
Phineas yells in the room, "Are you done playing around yet?"
You know my body will be.
If he were to tackle me out, would he be able to come out?
He hasn't tried it. Every time he's tried to cross the door before, had same effect.
I'm gonna look around the room again.
Okay.
And I'm also going to inspect the site.
I'll make another inspection or investigation. 17. Looking closer at the mechanism of the site, you notice a tiny loose cog that appears to be skipping deep into the device.
Uh,
I'm gonna take a something small out of my mess kit, whatever.
Like a fork or something.
Or chopstick.
Okay.
like,
Amber, do you have anything to add to this?
No, I'm still trying to figure it out.
Okay. I mean, I'll just give this to you because you've witnessed enough. It was going to be an Arcana check, but you've witnessed the scythe in action a lot. You can definitely tell that it appears that the function of the item it seems to be accidentally triggering, and it probably either needs to be repaired or disabled somehow.
I'll try and tinker with it if there's anything I can
Okay.
try and do.
can I help?
Yeah. You don't have thieves' tools?
I don't.
No? Okay. So just do a sleight of hand with advantage because Lino's helping you.
Nice.
So you take the utensil, the fork or whatever, chopstick, whatever, and you're just kind of wiggling around in there. Not really sure what you're doing, but then the thing kind of slips to the side as Lino kind of bumps into you. It's like, hey, let me see, and it pops the gear back into place. So all the gears and mechanisms on the side are now moving.
Does it work now?
I'm gonna try and touch that button at the bottom again.
Same thing happens to another one of you appears, and then the original disappears, leaving the new one by itself.
Does that hurt?
No.
You do feel kind of a little drained from it. You killed the thing right away, so I didn't mention it, but basically the way it works is you're taking your next turn early. So your next turn you're unable to act. Okay. So yeah, you cause a near future version of yourself to begin to shimmer into existence in unoccupied space within 10 feet. Statistics, equipments, and resources all reflect yours at the end of your turn. The new version shares your memory and personality, taking its turn immediately after this one. With the immediate foreknowledge, I forgot this part. Any attack rolls, ability checks, or saving throws you make have advantage for that one turn. So by seeing the results of your actions from 6 seconds in the future, you have advantage on your attack because you know what you tried before missed. Does that make sense? Or how the results of your previous attack. Afterwards, the form, any equipment brought with it will fade away, return to its proper place and time. So, yeah, I was thinking of I rewrote this item like 30 times trying to make it work right. The new one disappears, leaving the old one behind.
So it's a time scythe.
Yeah.
Well,
So So yeah, it pulls you from the future to make an attack, and then it puts you back into the future, and then on your next turn, you kind of disappear and you fulfill that loop. Is how it works. I'll give you the. I'll put the item in your thing, your journal. It also has another effect on it, but you've used it 3 times now, and so it's not going to function again until the charges regain. Okay. Are you trying to walk out of the room?
Well, there you go, Kolorg. I helped you. Now we should be able to get out. But first, let me go because I don't want to get stuck again. Okay. And I'm gonna dash out the room.
Yep.
I'll try and walk out.
Yep. You walk through the door.
Gonna look over at Phineas.
He's just kind of shaking his head, just kind of like you hear under his breath, "God help us all."
Why don't you go kiss my mother's boots or something? I'm just gonna.
I hope you know what you're doing. And then he disappears again.
That guy's kind of a dick.
Yeah, not really.
He doesn't even acknowledge Ember. He just walks right past her.
Are you checking on Lori?
Yeah, I
I
want to
don't give a fuck about Lori.
punch him in the face. Like, yo, that door to the south did not have what you said it had.
He doesn't respond to you.
He's looking at it.
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check his pulse.
You reach down to like feel his cloak, and underneath it's nothing but straw.
Fake?
Okay. Requires attunement, I assume.
Huh?
This requires attunement, I assume.
Yeah, well, I was just letting it play out so that you can get the idea of what it does, even though I gave you the wrong description. Because, like I said,
Am I attuned to it?
it takes a short rest, but
Well,
Ember, or you said you wanted to quit at 9?
Yeah, I have a meeting early in the morning.
Okay. So you guys can take another like short rest here and fix your attunements however you want them.
Hell yeah. That means I get to use my Digivice again.
Yep.
so does this have the properties of a scythe or a glaive?
There is no scythe. There's a sickle, which is the one-handed thing. There is no scythe, so I'm just using a glaive. But it's anything that mentions specifically a glaive, like Alarm Master. It won't work with it because it's a scythe. But it uses the stats of a glaive. Yeah, I thought there was a scythe, but there is no scythe in 5e. But yeah, it's +3, and then it's got the 2 effects on it, and then they need to recharge. How do you guys want to do honor?
I'll give 1 to Chips for helping me.
I'll give one to Jacob for sticking through that room.
That is a very big example of a character choice. I think I'm gonna give that. I don't even know him. I don't even know about him or what he is. I don't have background. That motherfucker's not good. I know he's not. Kolorg knows he's not.
Lori?
No, not Lori.
Oh.
I mean, Kolorg's just slow to trusting most people anyway, which is like, if you guys learn that about him, it would be a testament to why he trusts you guys. Not a fan of Ember right now. Hasn't been a fan of Ember for a while. But
Should I give
Yeah.
should I give Oasis inspiration for making a giant skeleton?
I was gonna give him
no, because he didn't do it. That would be cheating.
A great job last week, Cole. Like what? Um,
I vote for Kolork for being very Kolork. He got his item.
yeah, he did. And Ember got her cantrip.
Add to my list of many cantrips.
If I wanted to be mean, I could have made you like switch it out with one of your tome ones, but I mean, I don't think it's going to have that much of an effect. A lot of those you don't even use.
Right.
Okay. So no level tonight. I thought you guys might get there, but you rolled the scythe room.
You said we're level 9?
No, I said no level tonight. Because you guys didn't find the last two pictures or windows.
I heard we're level 9.
I have plus 11 to hit now.
Damn.
Yep.
Because of that site?
And you roll a crit.
I rolled a 31.
Roll another one. 24 damage.
It's a beast. But
Keep rolling fours!
well, that's what you get next turn or next session.
No. Did you see that I was in here last session, like rolling so many d6s?
Yeah. You can roll another one beginning of next session. That's fine.
Roll another one?
Whatever you want to roll now doesn't count.
Oh my god. No. If the next one's a d4, I'm not playing.
Are we taking a short rest at the end of this session, though? Is that the plan, everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should do that, yeah. Since we took damage. And what's the deal with me not being able to go back to my full health?
Whatever your health is at, your maximum health, it stays that way until something else happens. You don't get it back at the end of long rest.
And this is because we touched that purple thing in the other room.
Because you failed on the windows. Whenever you fail on the windows, you roll a hit die, and it takes back from your maximum dice or maximum health. So,
That sucks.
yep. I mean, and Kolorg, you get back your exhaustion. Wait, no, you didn't. You took a short rest. Yeah, you still have the exhaustion point.
Alrighty.
So, yeah, long rest. You can get rid of that exhaustion point.
I'm off at 5 or 5:30 on Saturday. I don't know which.
Okay. You guys know about next week at all?
What happened about next week?
If we can play on Thursday or if we have to pick another day.
I'm off.
I'm pretty sure Thursday will work. I gotta double check my schedule tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't know next week's schedule till tomorrow.
Okay. Well, let me know.
Most likely I will, but we'll see.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming, everyone.
Yay! We got a new weapon, guys.
Yep, it's an interesting weapon.
And we also met this dude.
Yep, the guy that's been popping in and out all this whole time.
Guy, man. At least I know it was in danger.
I mean, you only know what you know about him.
This is true.
He could be the big bad for all you know, just playing around.
Yeah, right.